You're listening to 91 Reasons, a journey into the twisted landscape of pop culture. Keep your hands and arms inside the podcast at all times. And now, the voice, Jeff Tucker.
Have you noticed everywhere you go now, the service is terrible? The service is terrible. The service is so terrible that they put up signs and they say, the whole world is called out, so please be kind to those who decided to show up. Well, that's all well and good, and I'll tell you what, if anybody knows me personally, you know that I am so polite and friendly with people who are working. I go out of my way to be the nicest guy they've seen that day. That's the way I am, and I take a moment before I get wherever I need to go, and mostly we're talking about food areas, fast food, this food, that food. I know how to order, and I also know that the people working there have a cadence to the way you're supposed to order. I'll give you an example. I'm not crazy. Del Taco. I will go up and now here's what I want. I want a 2 taco combo, 2 chicken soft tacos, fries, and a drink. And I want the chicken tacos to have no lettuce, and I want the drink to be a lemonade. And I want it to be small size, which is the price printed, because they always do the medium or large. They don't even give you small as an option. And I'll either usually say small or whatever the printed price is, or the price that I see on the menu. But you can't just walk up or drive up and say, hi, I'd like the 2 taco combo, the number 5, no lettuce with a lemonade. They go, whoa, wait a minute. So you can't do that because I've tried it. I've tried to be very succinct and proper when I order. The only place that'll let you do that is Raising Cane's. If you go up and you say, I would like a 3-finger combo with a fountain drink and Bob buttered on both sides, and they go, oh, the lady last time told Austin, wow, no one's ever ordered that properly before. And I'm like, he's learning. I've taught him well, young Padawan. There is a way to order. And I used to think this was crazy, because if you've ever read Howard Stern's book, Private Parts, he talks about the nightmare of trying to order his dinner at a restaurant because his father had a very distinct way you're supposed to order. And you know what? As a young man, I thought, oh, Howard's right. That guy's crazy. Now, as I'm older, I'm like, look, there's a way to order properly. And I've learned at these fast food places, you say, can I get the number 5? Then you have to pause because they're going to ask you right off the bat, boom, what do you want to drink? So I'll go, number 5. What kind of drink? Lemonade, please. Then I pause again because I know they're going to ask what size, medium or large, and I go small. And then I'll say, can I get the tacos with no lettuce? Now, 9 times out of 10, they'll go, okay, please pull forward, or I'll have the total at the window. They never want to give you the total anymore at the order box. Have you noticed that? That's a weird thing. It's always wait till you get to the window. And part of the reason for that, if you haven't noticed, is that the prices are going up almost every other week now at fast food places. So the $6.99 combo you used to enjoy is now $7.19. And they're not going to give you the price till you get to the window because they don't want you looking at the menu, because a lot of times they haven't had time to go out there and change the price on the menu. Right? So I order a certain way, and I try to be extraordinarily polite. Sometimes when I say, can I get no lettuce on the tacos, they straight up lose their minds. Sometimes ordering the tacos with no lettuce results in a complete reset where they have to start over. They go, okay, hold on. You want the number 5? Yeah. What kind of drink? What do you mean what kind of drink? Lemonade. It's still lemonade. But I'm not sarcastic. I'm never like that. I understand that jobs are tough. That as hard as it is for me to hear them, I'm sure it's as hard for them to hear me. I get all that. So sometimes I laugh and okay, lemonade. And then at the end I go, and make sure the tacos have no lettuce. And Sometimes you get to the window and the tacos are covered in lettuce. And the problem with that is you can't take it all off. It's always going to have lettuce on it. I can't stand friggin' lettuce on food. It tears up my stomach, something fierce. So I have to send it back. And again, I'm always really polite. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. These have lettuce on them, and I ordered no lettuce like 3 times. And again, I am never a jerk about it. I am simply assertive about it, because the only way to get what you want in life is to say what you want in life. And I wish I could be one of those guys that's like, number 2, lemonade. Thank you. But I wasn't raised with a lot of condiments, so I don't eat a lot of condiments. You know, that's why I enjoy Subway, because you just point that, put that on the sandwich, put that on this. Don't put that on the sandwich. Do you ever go to Quiznos? Quiznos, you couldn't see them making the sandwich. So I would always order the sandwich, no lettuce. And no joke, they'd put the sandwich on the conveyor belt through the heater. It would come out the other end, and I'd try to like follow it. You could almost hear the music, like bum 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 bum. And I go out the other end, and I go, can you make sure no? And they just slam lettuce on it. They hand it up to me, and I go, I told you no lettuce. Like, oh, sorry, I was on autopilot. And there were many times where they would just give me the look. And I'd go, well, you have to remake the sandwich now, because you can't take all that lettuce off. There's always now going to be lettuce on the sandwich. And they'd always look at me like I was the problem. And so why is it me? Why am I the guy? And to make it matters worse, because I'm going to go over some of the recent events, because these always happen to me. I feel like I'm besieged by it. But to make matters worse, here in California, they've enacted some of the most ridiculously stupid laws ever regarding food. They are not allowed to give you napkins, plastic cutlery, or condiments, or straws in the drive-thru unless you ask. Now, a lot of them are old-time employees, and they ask, and you're like, oh, yeah, cool. But if you don't ask, and they haven't offered, and by the time you drive away, you don't have any of that. The last 3 or 4 trips we've made to fast food joints around here, 0 napkins. 0 napkins? What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to eat this with 0 effing napkins? And then if you go, can I get napkins? They give you like 1 or 2, and I'm like, you can see it's a family of 4. There's 4 of us eating. Please, please give us the napkins. Why is this a thing? And then the worst is, if you ask for a straw, you get that paper straw, and you're like, no, you know, I take it back. I don't want it. So let's go through some of the more recent examples of That's the Policy, Sir. Is this episode 3 or 4? I don't know. It's a lot. That's all I know. Okay, so we dropped Ryder off at some event where they were giving out awards, and it was going to be like an hour and a half, and it was in Irvine, so we had to find something to do. So we found a Walmart in Irvine. Now, you wouldn't think that Irvine would have a Walmart. Irvine is very upscale, like they'd only be Targets. But we did find a Walmart. It wasn't a very good or big Walmart, but it was a Walmart. And within the Walmart, they had a Subway. Because, you know, a lot of the Walmarts, they got rid of their McDonald's, and they put it in other places. We've seen Burger King, Taco Bell, and Subway, Little Caesars, or was that Kmart? But this poor guy was working alone, and I guess, you know, you make a million sandwiches, they all start to sound and look the same. So I ordered, are you ready? I ordered a chicken bacon ranch. And that is the Subway sandwich where it's not the full fillet of chicken. It's the chopped pieces of chicken. So I said, chicken bacon ranch. And I see the guy, you know, you want bread. Because again, at Subway, I know how to order. I said, can I get a 6-inch chicken bacon ranch on Italian urban cheese bread? Because they can't make the sandwich until you tell them the bread's the key thing. If you can walk up and go 6-inch Italian urban cheese, they're already getting the bread by the time you tell them what kind of sandwich it is. They're waiting on what bread do you want. And I get that. But most people, and even I'm guilty of it, you put the bread at the end of the order. I want a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da on blank bread. He gets the bread, and he puts the chopped up chicken in it. And he goes, what kind of cheese? So I go, the cheddar cheese, the shredded, because he's going to toast it. So he toasts it, and when he brings it out, he's talking about vegetables, and he's making the sandwich. And I said, hey, don't forget the bacon. And the guy goes, "Sir, it doesn't come with bacon." I said, "It doesn't?" He goes, "No." I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "I'm sure." I said, "The chicken bacon ranch doesn't come with bacon." And he gave me a long look, and he just started putting bacon on it. There was never, "Hey, sorry about that. I got confused." It just, again, I'm always the a-hole in this situation. And I guess I've built up such a thick skin to it that I don't care that I'm the a-hole. If I cared, I wouldn't have said anything, right? Oh my God, he's going to think I'm an a-hole if I ask for bacon on the chicken bacon ranch. So I got the bacon, the chicken. He asked me if I wanted ranch after that, and I just said, "Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that sounds good." But he wasn't happy about it. And I made sure at the register he didn't charge me because, they charge extra for bacon. And, Subway's not the cheapest fast food around. Not at all. So I went into 7-Eleven. I go to 7-Eleven almost every day. I get an iced coffee for breakfast. I get Rachel a hot coffee or Austin a hot coffee. And sometimes if we don't have anything in the house for breakfast, I'll get, like a Hostess snack cake. They have a 7-Eleven brand snack cake. And then at the register, they have these non-branded 7-Eleven items. They have cookies, brownies, cake slices, coffee cake, that sort of thing. And so they also have a customer loyalty program, the 7-Eleven Rewards. I use this all the time because you're going to make purchases anyways. You might as well. And for the last, I don't know, it's an app on your phone. But for the last year and a half, they have a thing where you can just put your phone number in at the register. If you don't want to bring your phone out, and sometimes, this is being honest, your hands are so full. You get to the register, you put everything down. The last thing you want to do is make the poor clerk wait while you unlock your phone, activate the 7-Eleven app, wait for it to come up because it gives you a QR barcode for them to scan. So I've just been putting my number in, right? Just putting my number in. And so I get up to the register and they have stickers on the counter. Now, I've been to the 7-Eleven before. It's pretty new by my house. The last time I went, it just was a hassle because they were having a sale on the donuts, the little 6 mini donuts in a pack, and it was 2 for $2.49. So I get to the register and there's no sale. And the guy says, "Sure, they're not on sale." I said, "Well, you got a big sign over there that says the donuts are on sale." And he goes, "We do?" I said, you live here. You're here 8 hours a day. I just came in." I said, "Hold on." So I went and I got the sign, and I put the sign on the counter, and he just sort of looked at it, and I said, "I got to ask you a question." And this goes across the board everywhere I go. Why is the default answer always no? It's always no. It's always, "Whatever you're looking for, sir," the answer is no. It's never, "Let me check," or, "You know what, you may have a point, let me look." It's always, "Nope." And I go, well, I'm not an a-hole. I'm not here to get something that I'm not entitled to in any shape or form. I would never take advantage of anybody. I have very rarely, if ever, taken from the take a penny dish, but I've left a few. That's the kind of person I am. I'm not saying I'm a saint, but I would never hassle somebody to get some sort of discount that I'm not allowed to get. I just wouldn't do that. I would be so embarrassed being called on it. But when they tell you no, and you go, "Well, there's a sign right there," you're like, "Well, who's the asshole here?" Oh, I just said it. Who is the a-hole here? Is it me or you? Because you've offered us, and then I always say the same thing. I say, you're taking what's supposed to be a positive, having a sale, and you're turning it into a negative because I'm the jerk for asking for the sale price. That being said, they had a sticker on the counter, one of those big, to me, they remind me of the stickers used to, grip tape on skateboards. Because they're really heavy duty, they're not coming up, and they take a lot of wear and tear they're not regular stickers. And the stickers say 2 brownies or 2 brookies for $2. Now that's a pretty good price because these things are $1.89. They were $1.59 a couple of months ago, but you know that everything has gone up. So they're $1.89 and they've gotten smaller, just like everything else. And I said, oh, 2 for $2. That sounds great. Let me get 2 of those brownies because I can have one and Rachel can have one. So I put them down. He scans them. They don't come up. And I said, oh, hey, sorry, the brownies are 2 for $2. And he goes, where? And I said, right there. Like it says right there, 2 for $2. You've been here all day. What do you mean where? And he goes, oh, you got to put you have to be on part of the rewards program. I said, I already put my number in. He goes, no. You got to scan the app. And I said, what's the difference between putting my number in and scanning the app? Now, by this point, I've become the a-hole in his world because I won't just accept that he's told me no. It doesn't matter what the sign says. He has decreed that me, the customer, I haven't done it right and I can't get the sale price. So I looked at him and I said, well, I'm just going to take the one then. So why don't you take the other one off and I'm not going to buy it. And he does that and I said, so can you explain to me again how it's different scanning the app versus putting your phone in? And he goes, it is just different, sir. I said, well, it shouldn't be. I guess it is if you're telling me that it is. So fast forward a couple of days later, because after that incident, I go to a different 7-Eleven. They're not getting my money, even though they're literally 90 seconds from my house. So I finally, the other thing you have to understand with the 7-Eleven deal is the iced coffee that I drink is always out. They never refill it. And 9 times out of 10, I hit the little spigot thing and nothing comes out. And I have to look like a guy begging for money. And I go, you guys have any more iced coffee in the back? And they're like, oh, that guy. And I'm like, sorry, I'll go to a different one, I guess. They love to tell me they don't have it. I find that so odd. But again, I'm not looking for trouble in any way. I will pay for everything. I am never going to steal. I am never going to, ask for something that I'm not entitled to. It just seemed odd that he just dismissed me out of hand. So I went home. I made sure I had the app up to date and that I was logged in. So I thought, you know what? Maybe he's right. Let me give it a try. So I go back in. The Stein is still there. 2 brownies for $2. Now again, think about this, folks. All of this is over a brownie. Like it has no bearing on anybody's life. It's nothing important, but he's turned this into this battle of wills, which I found so odd. Like he's there every day. Every time I come in, the eyes come up at me and I'm like, this guy must think I'm the biggest a-hole. Who cares? I mean, I could care less what he thinks of me. What irritates me is that, again, the default answer is always no on this kind of thing. So I take the brownies, the coffee, I put it down, and I hold my phone out to get scanned. And he goes, oh, and I said, yeah, I was trying to be really nice. I said, yeah, I took your advice, and I made sure I had the app up to date so that I could get the sale price on the brownies, because that's like getting one for free. You're paying 11 cents for it. That's a good deal. And I'm trying to make small talk. Yeah, that's great. So he's ringing everything up. He scans the app, and guess what? He gives me the total, and I said he didn't take the brownie off. And he just gives me a look like, oh, here we go. And I said, no. You said it would work on the app, so I did what you told me to do. I followed your directions, and nothing happened. It didn't come off. So he gives me a look, and I swear to God, like, I always go back to that tilt shift moment, that pull back zoom, the tilt zoom, what's it called? In Jaws, where Brody's on the beach, because I always feel like I'm having an out-of-body experience. He goes, yeah, sometimes the app doesn't work. Let me just do it manually. And I said, wow, thanks. You're going to do it manually. Like, he couldn't have done it before. He wasn't interested in doing it before. He's going to do it now because all his BS has been called because I did everything he told me to do, and I still couldn't get the stupid brownie. Like, it's a stupid brownie. But have you ever been in that situation where, well, now it's a thing. You've made it a thing. I wasn't going to make it a thing, but you made it a thing. You made it so that if I wanted the brownie, I got to jump through all the hoops. Well, I did jump through the hoops, and you still screwed it up. And I just looked at him, and I said, here's what I said. I said, I don't mean to be a problem to you, but it seems weird that I can't get what's advertised, not even in somewhere else in the store. Like, it's on the register. And I said, I don't like that you're making me out to be some sort of weirdo guy just because I want the discount. He just sort of laughed and shrugged it off, but like, it just felt really weird. Like, it's his little fiefdom, his little kingdom. I'm just a visitor. I'm just trying to take advantage. But this is just, if the sticker's not there, I'm never going to ask for two for $2 brownies. That's just the way I am. I'm never going to do it. But if the sign's, okay, we go round and round in circles, round and round in circles. All right, this is a really good one because it was so bizarre. I went to Jack in the Box for Ryder. I don't like Jack in the Box. There's most fast foods I can't stand. Jack in the Box, Burger King, Taco Bell, McDonald's. Can't stand any of it. Will never eat it again in my life unless it's a last resort. But Ryder eats it, and it's cheap. I was bringing Ryder home from school, stopped at a Jack in the Box, and I ordered a hamburger kids meal, plain with but of course you go hamburger kids meal. What kind of drink? Coke, apple slices or fries? All fries. Thank you. Can I get the hamburger plain? Hamburger plain? Yeah, hamburger completely plain. Okay. Now on the menu, I'm going to round so that it's not confusing. On the menu, it's $4. So when I get to the window, she goes, it's $4.89, $4.90. And I just looked at her and I said, that seems awfully expensive. A lot of tax. And she says, what do you mean? I said, well, the menu says $4. And she says, well, you ordered a cheeseburger. I said, of course I did not order a cheeseburger. I ordered a plain hamburger. I said, I want less food, not a cheeseburger. And she made like a hint, like she intimated that she had charged me for a cheeseburger. And I said, so you've overcharged me 50 cents. Because, when you factor in tax and everything, I think you've overcharged me about 50 cents. And if you could just reduce that back down to the hamburger price, that'd be great. And she looked at me for a long moment and she goes, well, the prices go up all the time. I said, what? What do you mean the prices go up all the time? She goes, yeah, it's a tough economy right now. I said, so the price went up from the menu to here. Because on the menu it's $4, and here you're trying to charge me $4.50 plus tax. And she goes, yeah, I guess. I said, get the manager. Can you get the manager, please? Can I see your receipt? Here's my receipt. So the manager comes over. He won't talk to me. He's only talking to the girl at the window. And they're like talking back and forth, and they take my receipt, crumple it up, and throw it on the ground. And I said, whoa, what's going on here? She goes, well, we're going to get your hamburger. I said, okay, what about my 50 cents? And I said, I hate that you're making me do this over 50 cents. But now it's like a battle of wills again because you guys are just being jerks. I said, what's going on that you're overcharging people? Well, we're not overcharging. I said, I didn't order a cheeseburger. So, no joke, we get the food, and it's a cheeseburger. And I said, are you effing kidding me? Like, at some point you just run out of patience. And sometimes a good, well-placed F word works wonders. And I said, I didn't order a cheeseburger, and you keep charging me for a cheeseburger. She goes, oh, hold on. So a couple minutes later, they argue. You can see them knocking back and forth in there. Then another hamburger comes out. It's a plain hamburger. And she just stares at me. And I said, well? And she said, have a nice day. I said, are you going to give me the 50 cents or not? I said, you're not going to give it to me. You have no idea how to give me the 50 cents. She goes, nope. I said, I would love to sit here and argue all day. But of course, I have a teenager in the car who is mortified that I'm even bringing it up. But I said, that's what you guys depend on. You guys depend on the idea that most people won't bat an eyelash, won't step out of line for fear of looking a certain way. I said, but you guys are cheating people. Like, this is an actual cheat. And I want my receipt now. So she had to dig around on the ground where they had thrown my receipt. And I just was so irritated because, again, I'm not asking for anything special. I didn't order a cheeseburger. Even if I ordered a cheeseburger, I don't want it without cheese. Like, what's the logic in that? And you just have an out-of-body experience. And I just said, well, now I'm never going to come back here. Ever in my lifetime will I ever come back to this restaurant. I might hit another Jack in the Box in another town, but not this one. And I gave Ryder the hamburger, and I felt like this just follows me around. Like, this stuff just follows me around. We were at Chili's. I don't know if I've told this story on the air before. We were at Chili's, and we got a server guy, and we ordered. They don't have it anymore because of the economy. But for a while, they had the 3 for $10, and then it was 3 for $10.99, and now we don't have it. But it included a drink, and a drink is a thing that we don't normally get at restaurants because with a family of 4 or a family of 5, everybody getting a soda is another $20 sometimes on the bill. They're always 3 something. And you're like, kids, unless you're getting a kid's meal that comes with a drink, we can't afford another $20 just for drinks. So it's water or figure it out. And the kids weigh it. But the 3 for $10 always included a drink. So we loved it because everybody got a drink. And for our family, having a soda at a sit-down restaurant was like a luxury. Oh my gosh, we're going to get a soda. We got this server guy, and we got him more than once, and he'd go, okay, so 2 or 3 Cokes and a lemonade, okay, here we go, and he'd bring the drinks out, and you'd have to ask, excuse me, can we get straws? And why do I ask for a straw? Because I don't trust the washing machines at these places. I am not putting my lips on that cup. You know what I mean? It always looks a little sketchy. Sometimes they give you the plastic ones and they're completely dinged and beat up. Like, no, not happening. I want a straw, please. And we're really nice about it. Hey, can we get a straw? And this guy looks at us and he goes, oh, you don't care about the turtles. And I said, what? The sea turtles, the straws kill them. I said, are you joking me? I said, I didn't come here for a lecture about sea turtles. We just want straws to drink the sodas with, please. Can you get the straws? So the next time he did it, we didn't give him the opportunity. I know where the straws are. I just got up and got us straws. And the third time, because sometimes at these places now, because all of the ordering is done on a tablet or a phone, it goes directly to the kitchen instantly. So sometimes that guy will be there or the girl will be there taking the order, and they get the drinks first. And before they're even done taking the full food orders, somebody else is bringing the drinks. That's fantastic. That's service, man. So the drinks come, and I asked the other person, I said, can you get us straws, please? And the guy sort of gave me a look, and I said, I'm not here for the turtle lecture about turtles. You know what I mean? I don't care about turtles. That was 1 turtle and 1 straw, and it's fake. It's fake news. I hate to use that term, but it is. It's so irritating. We were down in LA at this Rainbow High event, which was its own set of craziness. We stopped at McDonald's. We were starving, and the line was really long. And again, we go back to that. What's that old thing? Hey, let's be nice to people that showed up because everybody else called out. I get it. So I hate that 2-lane thing at McDonald's that encourages other people to cut you off. I always try to be like uber polite, like ultra polite. Always give the right of way to somebody else. I am not in a hurry to eat crappy food that I'm going to get in a fight with somebody over the lane. And I've had people honk at me and yell to get ahead of me, even if they're not entitled to it. And that's only because there was a pause, so I pulled out. It's my turn. Again, I would never jump the gun. It's like a zipper. One side, then one side, then one side, then your side, then their side, then your side. People have gotten angry. But by the time you get to the pay window, I had ordered hamburger, no pickles. I don't like pickles. I'm not adverse to ordering it and just taking the pickles and flinging them. I get it. I hate to waste food. I know it's a pickle, but it's, I'm not going to eat it. So if it doesn't go on the burger, it's going to go on somebody else's burger, and they'll tell friends, and they'll tell 2 friends, and so on. And I said, no pickles on the hamburgers, please. I get to the pay window, and, oh God. All of the lockdown restrictions have driven me insane. I mean, you know that if you've listened to the show. They've driven me absolutely insane. One of my least favorites is they don't want to touch your credit card. Like somehow your credit card is going to give them the thing. Oh, the thing. It's on my credit card. It's not on my credit card. So they have the card reader on an arm, and it's supposed to like Pee Wee Herman, like a punching bag, like it's going to come out and you can put your card in. The guy in the window swivels it and pushes it out, but it doesn't go out very far. And I looked at him and I said, "Hey, does it go out any further?" And he just looked at me and I said, "Does the chip reader go out any further, sir?" He said, "Nope." I said, "Well, I can't reach it." And he just looked at me for a long moment and I said, "Well, I guess we could just sit here." I said, "I can't reach the chip reader and I'm not getting out of my car. What would you like us to do?" So he sighed. Ugh. He took my card, he put it in the machine, he threw it back at me. And I said, "This guy's useless. He doesn't even want to do the bare minimum of the job." Okay, whatever. So he got his revenge. I get to the window, I get the burger, I'm in a snit because of the guy not taking my card and telling me to, whatever. So I pull around, and no joke, there's about 8 pickles on the hamburger. Did that guy really, like, over his headset go, "Look, the guy in the line is giving me trouble, and he ordered no pickles, so please put 8 pickles on it." How do you go from no pickles to extra pickles? No, the word no and the word extra do not sound like each other. They don't sound like each other. And yet, I had 8 pickles. I was so ticked off at that guy. Oh my God, was I ticked off at that guy. But you know what I did? I flung the pickles into the trash bag, and I ate the hamburger, which of course tasted a lot like pickles, having had 8 pickles on it. But what are you going to do? It's like that scene in Liar Liar when they impound his car, and he goes, "You know what I'm going to do? Nothing. I'm going to take it up the tailpipe." Like I said, we went to this Rainbow High pop-up so Rachel could interact with people she knew from Instagram and first crack at buying new dolls. And it was a complete nightmare. Just a complete breakdown. They had not exclusive merchandise, but early merchandise. You can buy the doll here before you can get it at Target or something. So we go in. Now, they've already had this event. They had it for a bunch of influencers. So they had already had a good shot at running it. So we walked in, and I said, we should probably go check on that merch before we do anything. Because they have little photo ops and stuff. I said, this stuff's going to be here all day. So we walk over, and we find a guy with a headset, and we said, "Sir, can you let us know where the little shop is to buy the merch?" And he goes, "Oh, hold on." And he starts radioing somebody. Now, I have to tell you, this place isn't very big. I think it was 4 rooms. It was like a clothing store that they had taken over and emptied and then put in all this Rainbow High doll paraphernalia. And he goes, "Yeah, the merch is going to be on the other side of that wall there." Now, the wall he's talking about is 12 feet away. And when we look over, we were like the first people over there. And now there's a giant line. There's 10 people ahead of us. And I turned to Rachel and I said, "How did he not know where the merchandise was? It's his event. It's not that big. Like, we could have just walked over here." And we have it on tape. You can watch it on YouTube. And you can watch people that were milling about were suddenly in front of us. And I wouldn't say anything except those people bought all the dolls. And by the time Rachel got to the front, they didn't have any. They didn't have any dolls. She got one because she said, "You guys are saying you're out, but there is a display one right there." So we bought a lot of stuff because there was some clearance, mark out mystery box stuff, overstock. And I said, the box that it's in is pretty big. Like, it's a pretty big box. And I'm not sure I want to cart that around everywhere. And the security guard that's standing there goes, "Oh, just run it to your car, man." And I said, "Oh, well, that's I can do that. That's cool." He goes, Yeah, of course." So we get our stuff. It took like an hour to get to purchase. And then I walk over to the exit, And I said, "Need the security guard here?" I said, "The guy over there said I could run this to my car." And the guy goes, "Oh, yeah. Well, here you go, man, right here." So I run it out to the car where it's Melrose. Parking's a nightmare. So I'm all the way down the block. I put the stuff in the car. I come back to the event, and I can't get in the exit because it doesn't even open that way. So I go around to the front, and I said, "Hey, I have my wristband on. The guard let me out to go put it in my car, and I was just hoping to get back in." And the lady goes, "No, there's no reentry." I said, "Wait a minute, what are you talking about?" She goes, "Sir, there's no reentry." I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "I'm not asking for something crazy. I checked with 2 security guards in there who assured me, even offered that I should go to the car and then I could get back in." And she goes, "Yeah, you didn't talk to me." I said, "I have to talk to everybody?" I said, "The security guard should know how to do this." I said, "You're not being real, right? You're gonna tell me I can't get back in? This costs $90 to go to. $90 to go to. And you sold out of the new stuff. I bought old stuff. I'm doing you a favor." So she goes, "I'm going to have to radio in." And I said, "Okay." So she looks at me and she goes, like she's been listening in her ear. She goes, "We're going to go ahead and let you in this time." I said, "This time?" I said, "I can assure you there will not be a next time." I said, "This has been mishandled from the get-go, and there will not be a next time." $90 it cost us to be treated like that. It was so crazy. And by the time I got back in, the entire event was just a merchandise line. It snaked all the way through the building to the entrance. The photo ops were blocked by people waiting in line. Now, these people had no idea that when they got to the front of the line, there wasn't much to buy anyways. It was very strange, just handled badly all the way around. But at least I got my stuff to the car, but it was just so, again, it's that knee-jerk no. "Oh, no, we're not letting you in. What are you talking about? We can't let you in." I'm like, "Why can't you let me in? I checked with people." And I even told her, I said, I would never do anything just assuming. I just wouldn't assume that you're going to let me back in without checking. How odd. But again, everywhere you go now, everywhere you go, the default answer for whatever you want is no. Do you have it in stock? No. Can I get the sale price? No. No. And it's getting really irritating because the prices have gone up, the portions have gotten smaller everywhere you go. And the one thing that these places can offer that doesn't cost extra is just decent customer service. And again, not asking for anything special, just asking for the bare minimum. We went to Carl's Jr., and have you ever been to Carl's Jr.? Carl's Jr. is like going to a restaurant. Their value menu, I shouldn't say that, their combo meals, $15 to $16 for a hamburger, fries, and a Coke. I can go to a restaurant for that. I go there under protest. It's so unbelievably expensive. We walked in, and they have a big giant sign next to the register that says, "Download the app, get a free sandwich." And I said to Rachel, I said, "That's a pretty good deal. I mean, if you're just going to download the app, and maybe you have to order on the app, I can do that. And you're going to get a free sandwich out of it? That's like a good deal." So I downloaded the app. I gave them all my personal information. Boop, 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 boop. And I went to order, and there's no free sandwich. There's no, I'm trying, like, it's got to be made for dummies, right? It's got to be made for people with very low grasping skills, because it has to be easy to order on this thing. If it was difficult, you just go, "Look, I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing it. But I'll give it a shot because it's got to be easy." Boop, boop, push. Just push on the picture of what that sandwich you want. If you want it cooked a certain way or toppings a certain way, that's going to be a little difficult. But for the most part, I use the Little Caesars app. Boom, order the pizza. Boom, order the bread. Boom, hit pay, and 30 minutes later, you go pick it up. It's ready to go. Never had any issues with a Little Caesars app. But on the Carl's Jr. app, I couldn't find the sandwich, the free one. So I said to the guy at the register, I said, "I know it's not your deal, but you work here all day, and the sign's right there. Do you have any idea how you're supposed to get the free sandwich? Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not going to order it on the hopes that it might come out free. I'm just curious how it works." And he goes, "Yeah, man, I have no idea." I said, I get that maybe you're not versed in it, but you're standing next to it all day. He goes, I don't have any idea. I said, is the manager here? So he goes and rattles something in the back, to get the manager out. She's, at a desk or something. And I said, do you know anything about how the app works? She goes, nope. I said, well, it says you can get a free sandwich. And she says, well, you have to read the fine print. I said, okay, let's read the fine print together. So we read on the bottom, it says nothing how to get the free sandwich. 0. And I said, I understand that this is a corporate thing. It's not your fault. But I said, if you guys don't know how it works, why do you have this giant sign up in the lobby, blaring to people, get the app, get a free sandwich, get the app, save $7. I said, it's a pretty hefty offer. And she goes, I don't know. I said, well, we're not getting anywhere here. So Austin and Rachel just said, look, we're gonna order here and we're gonna be fine. I said, I'm not ordering here. I said, I'm not gonna give them my money after they've dicked me around on whatever this free offer is supposed to be, because somehow I don't understand it and I'm supposed to be fully versed in how the Carl's Jr. app works, because I don't know how it works. And so I looked at the woman and I said, no offense, ma'am, but downloading the app and getting the free sandwich is like a positive, exciting, fun offer. I said, but if you guys don't know how it works and you can't help the customer, now it's a negative. Because now I'm not going to order anything. And if I hadn't seen whatever that is and tried it and failed and not gotten any help, I would have just ordered off the menu. We were here. I would have just ordered something. She just could not deal with me at all. And I get that a lot. People don't like to have a conversation about things. This is the way it is. And if you don't like it, move on. That's how we deal with you now. And I'm like, I'm not asking for something special. The sign says free sandwich. So you know what happened? I got the free sandwich the next day. But it didn't say that. If it had said on the fine print, free sandwich offer will be emailed to you the next day or put in the app the next day, I would have said, oh, totally, I get that. Nothing. They're all just, we don't know. We have no idea. And you know what? That's turning a positive into a negative. We did the app thing over at Sonic as well, because if you order on the app, you get half-price drinks or something. There was some offer. I don't know what it was. But, Sonic, you pull up, you push the button, and you order with a person there. There's a voice. And then the food comes out. You pay on the little slide credit card thing there. If you're paying cash, they have a little change belt. It's all great. We've been there where the service has been just stellar. Just stellar. Sonic, there was a guy on skates. He wheels out. He's got the food. He's putting on a show. It was great. But the app's totally different. So I order on the app, and it took a long time. Because when you're ordering verbally, you say, can I get that sandwich with no mustard? But on the app, you have to order the sandwich. Then you have to change the toppings. You have to plus the ones you want and minus the ones you don't. It's very, Build-A-Bearish, if that makes sense. So I go through all this stuff and I'm ordering and I'm trying to submit right. And, okay, I got it, everybody. I got all the orders right. Submit. And it tells me that something I ordered is not available. And I'm like, oh, like a house of cards, everything starts tumbling down. Oh, so let me try it again. One more time. So we have to change one of the orders. They're out of chicken. Remember there was a time where a lot of fast food places didn't have chicken? That's probably what it was. So everybody gets a burger now, kids. We're all getting burgers. So I ordered all the burgers, and I hit pay, and it goes this little circle, and it cycles through. I'm like, we did it. So, 10 minutes later, the food comes out. Everyone's very friendly. The food comes out. Then they roller skate away, and we get in the food. My food's not in the bag. And I said, oh,